Hey everybody, Ray here, and today I've got another very special guest, and he's been on here a number of times, but today we're going to be talking about something that people have been asking me a lot of questions about lately, and that is push notifications. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, those are the notifications that show up on your desktop, kind of in the corner there, that say, some sort of message to you, or sometimes they show up on Facebook. And so we're going to be talking about a new product coming out called Push, Connect, Notify, which is, by the way, probably the most direct name I've ever heard of any product because that's exactly what it does. And so without further ado, let me bring on the guest, Jimmy Kim. Welcome to the show one more time.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, Ray.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. As I said, a lot of people have been asking me about this because I've been using... I've been sending out the push notifications and people have been saying, how are you doing that? Where does that come from? What's the program you're using for that? And so people are getting very excited about this idea. So tell me a little bit about the history of this, because to me, it might as well be just some magic that happens. And, I know nothing else other than that. So tell me a little bit about how this came about.
Sure. So it started actually about... how long ago? I don't know exact months ago, but it came out about a year ago, a little over a year and a half ago. And the browsers, so Firefox, Chrome, Safari, and then of course Android phones, since they use Chrome, they all released a software update. It's an automatic update that gets pushed to it, and they actually released this technology called push notifications. Kind of the same idea as if you're on your cell phone, for example, and you get something pop up on your screen. It does the same idea, and they had it for web browsers. But here was the thing: when I first saw it come out, it was pretty interesting because I said, hey, I want that. So I ran to my web devs and I was like, hey, I want this. I want to go ahead and add this to my sites. And they said, okay. And they started coding. And I remember it took quite some time to actually technically code this thing. And at that same time, I was starting to think, like, how do we make this much more marketing friendly? And the big thing about it, and the thing that I talk about a lot is, there's all these great things like exit pop-ups and, little things that pop up on the bottom of your screen, talk to you, all that stuff. But there isn't a technology that I'd call more of an enter pop-up. I don't even know how to explain that, like entrance pop-up when it comes down to it. And then the number two thing about push notifications is because it's already built into the browsers between Chrome, Safari, Firefox, they're already built into them. The big thing there is that it's unblockable. Pop-up blockers can't block things that are already built into your browser. So that's what makes the technology so amazing. And then the next part that I really loved about it, and again, when in the early stages of when I was starting to really understand and develop this, the big things that I did like and didn't like was the fact that I could instantly send a message anytime I wanted to, just like I'd be sending an email. But the big thing that I really liked is if they're sitting on their computer, it would pop up right on the side of their computer, and it's hard to miss because it's something moving on your screen. It overlays over wherever, depending on if you're on a PC or Mac, it could show up on the top or the bottom. And that's where I was like, oh, wow, this is technology, powerful technology. And then to validate my idea and thought process, I started seeing companies like CNN, YouTube, eBay, Facebook. I saw a lot of companies start using this notifications because, hey, it's built in. But, unlike those guys, though, I don't have the unlimited funds to sit there and build out my own version of per website that I had. And that's when I kind of started getting into the development phase of saying, all right, I need to create something that I can use, that I don't need to be technologically advanced for, that I can literally copy and paste the code or push a button in my WordPress or Shopify and integrate it real quick and get it going. So that's kind of where it all started for me. As I said, it's a thing inside of Firefox, Chrome, and Safari. And I know people are going to say, well, what about Edge or what about this or that? But here's the fact. W3 Schools, which is like the largest web traffic, they do analysis and stuff. They said that it's like 93.7% of the people in the world use Chrome, Firefox, or Safari as their web browser. So I understand I'm not going to be able to capture 100% of the audience, but if 93% of the world is using these three browsers, it's a pretty good chance that your customer or your visitor is on that browser. And if you have something that's unblockable, that can pop up in front of your face every time they come to the site and ask them to give you a simple permission based on whatever you tell them, or a gift or a bait, something like that. Like some of my most successful push notifications that people have used is they'll be like, hey, give me your thing 10% off on my e-com store, for example. That's a perfect example. Or if you're at a local website, give me your email address. I'll send you a free something or another. Whatever it may be. There's a lot of ways to do it. And and you can always bring him back anywhere you want, either your page to another landing page to anything you want. And that's the big thing that I really loved about it, just a full flexibility and control, and it isn't regulated like email is, for example. You don't have a third party like an email provider like Gmail or something protecting your inbox. So when they subscribe, they are subscribed, and the only way to unsubscribe is a little bit tough, but it is doable. So I want to make sure that's clear too as well. You can't just hammer people. They will eventually unsubscribe from you.
Yeah, no, that's the case with anything, I suppose, is if you bug people too much, they're going to eventually drop out. But I love these notifications because they are so easy to put together. They're so easy to set up, and it doesn't require people to make a large commitment like doing, their email or something of that nature. It's very simple. It's a couple of button presses, and they're captured onto your list, and that's what makes this really great. So tell me this, what kind of responses are you getting when you send out some of these messages? Are you getting, email-like response, better than email?
I get very similar to better than email. The big thing about it is, right, they've not only given you a micro commitment right there when they actually do it. Chances are these are people that probably wouldn't subscribe to that exit pop or people like that because it doesn't feel heavy. And when we do a demo, I'll be happy to show you guys what it looks like, it feels like. But when you're doing it, people don't feel like it's a heavy process. It doesn't feel intrusive. You're not asking for the email address. All you're simply asking is their permissions they allow. And once they click on that allow, they're on your list. And when you start sending these out, it's almost instantaneous, which is amazing. There's no delay. There's nothing that slows it down. It's instantaneous, and it sits there and hovers on their screen until they either click or close out of it, which makes it really cool when it comes down to it because, well, you guys know if you're on your computer and you see something floating on your screen, chances are you're probably going to go be like, hey, what is this thing? And the thing is, if you click on it, it immediately takes them to whatever site or whatever page you wanted to take them to. And there's no restrictions on that either. So, I mean, I'm not endorsing bad stuff at any level, but you could take them to anything you really wanted to at the end of the day. There isn't a regulation behind it because it's permission based and it's given to you by the visitor. They're saying, hey, I allow this person to send me notifications.
Nice. Well, that makes it really exciting. And like I said, I've been doing this for a little while, and I've been getting a lot of great response from this. We put out things for webinars, we put out things for product sales, ends of product sales. That seems to be a big one. Hey, this is the last day to check this out. So why don't we jump right into this and get the little demonstration going here so people can kind of see exactly what this is. I'm sure they've probably seen these before and not realized what they were, but let's take a look and see exactly how these work.
Sure, absolutely. Let me jump in and show a screen here. And new technology for me. So hopefully you guys can see my screen here. I'm on the sign up page, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to log in right away, and immediately I'm going to show you guys this screen because this is our dashboard, and it's really, really simple to read and really easy. And the big thing about it is because we're so time tested and we've got a lot of users in here that have been playing and using it, we're sending over something like 15,000 pushes a day right now. One of the things that we've done, we've really been able to optimize a lot of things in here to make it really awesome and cool. For example, here, obviously your subscriber count as you're doing now. I'm in a demo account, so you guys are just seeing that. Your campaigns, the actives and inactives. We actually did something that we realized with push notifications. It was pointless to sit there and pound people who are inactive. So we actually even have an inactive script in here. So after about 10 pushes, if they're just not paying attention, it hasn't delivered, or they're not clicking or ignoring it, we actually put them on an inactive list to make it so that we can deliver the people that want to know your notifications as fast as possible. So we have that. Campaigns, your push letters, and so much more. Of course, we've got a nice frequently asked questions section and support and tutorials. And if you click on any of these little buttons like this, we've got full tutorials available too, so that you can really just start going in here and digging through it as you need work as well too. Oh, my computer is being slow. All right, so cool. All right, so let's go ahead and create one. Let me show you how easy and powerful what we did. Now, this is where we really changed and why we consider ourselves the next generation of push notifications. And I'm going to show you guys why right now, all right? So let's go ahead and set up Ray video demo. So we'll call it that. And we'll go ahead and proceed. Now, what's really cool is when you're taken here, you're taken to a nice little dashboard. And the dashboard is really easy to read. And again, most people jump in here without ever learning or listening to anything. They just jump in here and start doing it. We found very good success at that. So let's put in something here. And So I set up my domain name. This is where my actual site is going to be hosted. Secondly, is an optional thank you page. So when they hit allow, we took it a step further and said, hey, let's redirect them. So if we put a coupon code or a free gift or something, say, hey, allow this and we'll give you a free gift or whatever. We wanted to give you that. So in this case, I will use something very different. I'll put CNN.com just so when I show you guys the demo, you guys can see it actually happening in front of your face. And then, of course, permission delay box. Again, optional. We set it at 0 seconds, but you can delay that pop-up by 5-10 seconds so that maybe you can start watching a video or they can start learning something when it comes down to it. Now, here's where we started taking it to the marketer hat. This is when I put on my marketer hat. A lot of people who know me know that I'm an email marketer. I love email. I own an email company. I love email. So the thing that I wanted to add was capturing an optional email. So if I turn this on, here's what's really cool. You can actually ask for their email as well. Now, I don't have anything connected on this account yet. So, unfortunately, I didn't connect it. But here's what's really cool. We'll jump over here real quick and I'll open this. And we'll go to my account real quick before we'll come back to this. We have all these autoresponders set up here. And I know people are going to ask right away, oh, it's blah, 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 is blah, blah, blah. So what we did was we integrated with the top 8 autoresponders right off the back because these are the ones that people use in household name. And then we also offer something called custom HTML because I know people are all using self-hosted. They're using all sorts of different ones. And now we write here that it's beta because sometimes if you use something we've never encountered or seen, we may need to come in and jump in and help you out there. So we say that there, but most times 98% of the people who've already come to a system with a custom HTML has worked just perfectly fine. So we've got that, or you can connect right into any of these things. So this is where custom HTML is. So we'll go ahead and put something here, test, and we'll just put something here. It won't matter right now because we're just using it for example purposes. But of course, you want to paste your actual code in here later on when you have a chance. All right. So let's go back to campaigns. There's the Ray demo. Let's go back and edit that campaign. Now, once you've got your autoresponder set up, so let's go ahead and connect your test. Right? So this may or may not work. Obviously, it's not going to work because I put random stuff in here. Ray's demo, you can put whatever here, right? Now, this is where we get really cool. Now, you guys may or may not have seen the push notifications out there, but they're absolutely ugly at the end of the day. When you go to a site, there are these little white boxes, and we wanted to make that experience way better. We wanted to make it customizable, let you do whatever you want when it comes down to it. So check this out. Right here, you can change everything. So this is Ray's demo, right? Click allow, or we can say press play to start. Since he's the video guy, we'll pretend this is saying play. So we'll change that to play. And we'll change that to no thanks or nope, right? See how easy that is, guys? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make it really, really simple and powerful. So in this case, I can change the colors here, change the colors here. And then let's say my site doesn't look good like this. So let's go ahead and change the background color, whatever color I want, to match more of the color aesthetics that I want, and then just change my font color as well. So now I've really customized it, but we take it one step further again, and we let you choose your own icon. So we ask for a 200 by 200 image to make it perfect. You can upload your own image or GIF or JPEG or PNG or anything you want, and you can put it in there. So on our site, for example, my main site, let's see if this works because I don't think, let's see. I'm not sure. I probably already allowed it on this site, so it might not pop up. Let's see here. No, it doesn't look. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I am in browser. See how that comes up? See that GIF? It's moving in there, guys. See how it's working right there?
Animated. I love it.
See, you can actually upload one, and look at this. Right here, I'm going to hit no thanks and watch what happens. See it floating down in the bottom right? Yep. And it's moving. So that's the powerfulness where we started really thinking about your marketer mindset. Now, here we also include 47 different icons that you can use as you wish, that you can click through, or you can upload your own. And then that badge that I just showed you a second ago, this little badge here, you actually can go here and choose that as well to float whatever you want to float on that thing. Or again, you can upload your own. Now, this is, again, where we continue to customize. Here's another thing we did customization with. We allow you to position your box, so left, center, right. Right? Not everybody wants it in the center. I find it most effective in the center, so I use it in the center, but you can put it on left, center, or right. And then the second thing, and it defaults to center, by the way, and then on the badge side, you have left or right side of the badge. You can have it pop up. Right now on this one, on this page, we had it pop up in the front here, and then on the bottom right down on the bottom. So that's where you can set up that. And then, of course, English language support. I know people are going to ask about that. We support, as far as the pop-up text, if you want to use the default, we populate based on 13 languages if you use the default. If not, you can even type in your own language. So if you're typing in Spanish or French or Chinese or whatever you want to type in, you can type it right in here. We support 40 different languages in our app, so we made it really simple. Now, here's what happens. Once you're all done, you're going to hit save. And the reason I can't hit save is because I choose that. Oh, you know why? Because my autoresponder. So I'm going to turn this off for a case of for this because I don't have it set up. But let's. Oh, you know why? Actually, that's why. Sorry about that. And let's see if I can capture it now with this. And we'll put this back in because that did not get saved there. All right, now let's see if we can save that. Yep, there we go. So now it's saved. Once it's saved, we're going to jump over to my campaign details page. Now this is where it gets really cool. So first thing you'll notice, again, very, very easy to read, very, very simple. Now, first things you'll see on the top here is the subscribers: Chrome, Firefox, Safari, email. Those are the 4 subscription modules available, right? Or you can go ahead and do things like a direct subscription link. You can use this and paste it and send it as an email, put it on social media, whatever it may do, and it would pop up that box on their computer just by clicking on that link. Or you can check the embed code, so this little one line of code that you're going to place on your website. And then last but not least, you have 2 apps that we're giving away right now: a WordPress plugin. So if you don't like to install codes, you're not tech savvy, but you love WordPress, you can download the WordPress plugin. You upload it as a plugin, you choose your pages, and you're done. It will pop up on the pages that you choose only. Or we even have a one-click Shopify integration as well, which is Shopify approved, where they can actually go in there, you type in your store and hit connect, and within seconds, you have it on your store as well. And that's the coolest thing. Like, we wanted to make sure that we had everything thought process put together as well when it came down to it. Now, I won't talk about this yet, auto push. I'll talk about that in just a second. But once you're all done and it's embedded, you can actually put it somewhere. So in sake of grabbing it, I will put it on a site here. I'm going to jump over to my right side screen, which you're not going to see, but let's pull it and put it on account. Let me put it on a page here real quick. Let's put it on demo page here. Give me 1 second. I have it up, so I just need to paste the right code in the right place. So it just goes in like a tracking tag. So anywhere that you can put a tracking tag, which means it's going to go into your body tag, that's all it actually requires when you're doing it. So let's make sure that this code is gone. Yep, okay. So I'm going to save it. So let's go to this page. So push connect notify.com/demo. So I'm going to pull it up just to show you guys the page. See, nothing going on. I'll refresh it a couple times. Nothing is going on. Now I'm going to go ahead and update it with the script that I just placed on it now, right? So let's go ahead and hard refresh this page, and it should pop up. Now, you guys see right here, this is the thing that we just designed together on the demo, right? Nice. It's now showing up on this page. Very simple. I pasted a line of code. You guys heard me doing it. It took me literally 10 seconds to paste the code. I copied and pasted. Now, you'll have options. Now, let's go ahead and see this happen in person. I hit play. Now, what's going to happen is when you hit play, a box is going to pop up. It's not showing up on the main screen. You know what it is? I'm showing it as a Firefox screen. Can I show my entire screen?
That's a good question. We'll find out, won't we?
Oh no, your entire screen. Let's see. If I do this, what happens on my entire screen? Sorry about that, guys. I didn't know that it wasn't gonna. All right, let's try that. Does that show my entire screen?
It is. I'm seeing the whole screen. Yes.
Okay, cool. Maybe that will help as well. I got a lot of other stuff going on. All right, so let's hit play again. And what happens is a box pops up immediately. Now you guys can see it. So now you see, hey, this person wants to send it. You hit allow, and then now, unfortunately, because I didn't set up the email correctly, it would have said here, hey, put your email address in right here, and you would have exited it. Once you exited it, it would have taken you to CNN. But because I don't have that integrated right now, and I should have done that, that's my own fault, but we don't have that done. But that's how easy it really is to use. Now, just for people, I know a lot of people use WordPress. Let me just grab the WordPress plugin, and I'll show you how simple it is to use real quick, okay? So I downloaded it real quick. You guys heard it download, and I jump in here to a demo site again. And I'll load this demo site to show you guys it is a blank, empty site first. So you guys have a good idea of what's going on the site. Give me 1 second to load. So this is a site that I had. I just had a blank site playing, right? So I come over here to my WordPress. I hit add plugin. And just a little slow. There it goes. Upload. And hit browse. And that was a download. And install. So once you install that plugin, what it's going to do is it's going to take you to the plugin page. You're going to hit activate, of course, and you have a settings page. This is the only setting you need to check right now, and it's really, really simple. You go here and you go to settings, and it's defaulted to show on all your pages. But if you don't want it to show on all your pages, you can change that, right? So now we'll go back to our site, and this should work. It might not work because I'm on an admin. I might have to go to incognito mode to show this correctly. Yeah. All right, so let's go jump onto a private window. It's something we have to do as developers. We're always testing stuff. You got to go to private windows to test it. So we'll go back to that page on a private window, and there you go. It pops up immediately on this page, just like that. If I hit nope, remember how I set that at the bottom right? There it is. If I click on that button at any time, it's going to actually pop up a window just like before, and it's going to show thing. And it's not going to work because I'm an incognito private mode. This is the only way I can show you this demo because I've been allowing too many push notifications on my computer, but it's because I'm on private browsing. So that's it right there. That's how simple the basics about installation and usage are. Same thing with Shopify. If you want to connect it for the econ people lovers out here, you're literally taking a line of code like this right here, and you're going to literally go in here and you're going to paste it right in there and hit connect. It's going to take you to Shopify, and it's going to ask you to allow, see that, install app. You're going to hit install app, and you're done, and it takes you back. You are done, and you just tell it, okay, let me go ahead and pick this one and hit install, and guess what? You are 100% done and installed on your Shopify store. We are an approved app, so that's the powerfulness of being an approved company. So it's all instant and it's all one touch. Very, very simple. So, oops, what did I just do? Oops, there it is. I'm confusing myself. Too many windows open. All right, so let's talk about here from here. Let's talk about what else do we have. Okay, so here's what else you can do now that I have this, you could actually send these push letters, right? This is how you actually send a push letter. Anytime I want to send one, I'm going to go to send. This is real-time pushes. Again, you can choose your own icon. You can pick one of the awesome icons that you have here. And this is where you go. Ray's demo of PCN. Check out how cool PCN is by typing right in. Right? So you guys see it's populating right on the right-hand side here. And now you can send them to anywhere you want. I can send them to Google. I can send them to Yahoo. I can send them to CNN.com, wherever I want. And then here, I pick my campaigns here. I pick this one. And then you can even exclude campaigns. We'll talk about that a little bit further when we're talking about OTOs in just a second. And then, of course, we even have an option. So repeated sending is really cool. What it does is this. Our algorithm says, if the person is not at their computer and their computer is not on or they're not logged in, it's not going to send to them. So here it's real-time, one-time send. If I put it to a one-time, what it's going to do is going to try sending today right now. And then if no one is there or the computer is not on, it's going to wait 1 hour and it's going to try sending again to that person again. And you can do it up to 3 times, I'm sorry. Or actually it's 4 because it's 3 times on top of the first send. So it's actually 4 times. So you can actually say, okay, for the next 4 hours, give that person a try. So every hour we'll try again and again. And that's a nice way. Or of course, you can schedule it to whatever time, date you want to set it up. So if you want to pre-plan or pre-schedule your sends, you can also do that. Well, we've got a bunch of time zones available as well to make it really easy. Once you're done, you're going to hit send and you're going to hit done, and it's going to send it right away. And you'll have tracking available here as well when it comes down to it. So really cool, really powerful, really simple. You can edit it anytime if it hasn't sent. Right now it's scheduled, but let me refresh it. It probably already scheduled. Yeah, it's still scheduled. So I guess I had scheduled it when I set it up here. So let's see here. Let's go back and edit it. Normally you can't schedule. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, it's supposed to send in like a minute. So, and then if you send it, once you send it, you won't be able to delete it, but you could reuse it or delete it at any time as well. So that's how simple it is. There's little things all over the place. You'll see like, why are my numbers different? If I click on it, it's going to take you to our page and show us, hey, this is why your number is different. This is why something's different. This is why something else is different, and so forth. So we try to cover all the bases so that questions are not really relevant at the end of the day. And that's what it comes down to. So that's the demo, Ray. I hope that was easy to follow and that made sense. We try to make it really simple, and that's always my goal.
Yeah, and like I said, I've been doing push notifications like this for quite a while, and the one question that I would have is, how is this one different than some of the other ones that are out on the market? Because obviously there are, well, gosh, I want to say probably 3 or 4 different people that have come out with push notification style products. So how does this one differ from some of those?
Sure. So the reason why ours differs, there's two things that really differ and put us really apart is number one, we do something called capturing email, right? There's no one else in the market, no matter how big or small, that actually offers exactly that. Two, we allow you to redirect people. This is something that people don't do as well. I don't know if most of them, the ones I've ever played with, don't actually let you redirect the person. You just let them allow, and then that's it. We actually let you allow you to redirect the person to whatever site that you want when it comes down to it. And then the third thing is, another thing I haven't seen in most ones is the fully customizable backgrounds and images and colors and text and everything like that, making it so that you can line up with the aesthetics of your company. Obviously, we made it with one way, but you can change every little angle, a little thing that comes down to it. So those are my three things that we have with Push Connect Notify, why we're so much more powerful, in my opinion, than the other ones. That's why we call ourselves the next generation of Push Connect notifications, because we've literally taken it, put the marketing spin and the marketing effort behind it, and put it on its head and pushed it forward.
Nice. And there was one other thing that you and I were talking about beforehand. The way that you send your push notifications is potentially a little bit different, correct?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you mentioned that you had like a Google certified push notification system.
So we actually went through the steps of being official. That was the key for us. We want to be official. We're not building a fly-by-night app. I mean, as Ray knows, and he's a user, a payer of one of my platforms, I build real platforms that have longevity, that have huge support behind them on purpose. And the reason why we use something called Google CDN Network. It's their push notification system, and we got certified, and we got approved for their network, so that we can make sure that we are delivering at lightning speeds, making sure there's no hiccups and there's no delivery problems at the end of the day. We don't use our own in-house algorithms at all on that on purpose, because we want to make sure that we can deliver the maximum level of push notifications to the client at the end of the day.
Love it. Well, that's brilliant. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of this, because I know this will be what people ask immediately. When does this go live?
Sure, absolutely. So we are launching live on April 11th at 11 a.m. So next Tuesday. So depending on when you're watching this, I'm not sure when this is streaming or playing or whatever, but I think a couple days from now, April 11th at 11 a.m., we're going live. It's going to be a very special introductory 7-day pricing at $49, one-time pricing. After the 7 days are over, we're going back to our normal pricing. So this plan that we're selling or giving away, the unlimited plan, is a normal $49 a month plan that we sell right now. So that's the big thing about it. As a special launch, special release, we're doing it at the one-time payment of $49 for the main product, which is everything I went over today. So nobody's going to get shocked here and say, hey, you told me this, and that. I will talk about the OTOs so that we can make sure that's covered. But everything you guys saw, everything I've talked about here and showed you guys is included with that $49 price tag. So I'm not bumping you on anything here. I'm not going to give you guys the cool things that you guys actually don't get. So that's the first thing. So if you want, Ray, I'll jump right into the OTOs and let's talk about that.
Yeah, please jump right in.
So I've got two OTOs available. These are optional upgrades. As you guys know, these are a way that we can keep the cost down for you and make it more affordable for the end user. So at the first OTO is what we call the Push Connect Notify Pro Segmentation or Pro Automation, okay? You guys have heard the word automation. It's the hot word right now. Well, we took automation again and made it really cool. So first thing you'll notice, so this is what I mentioned, hey, there's a thing called auto push. We're gonna come back to it. I'll show you guys that again on purpose, okay? So auto push right here is really, really cool. Auto push is basically the same thing as an autoresponder, but for push notifications. For the next 90 days, you can have your push notifications set up. So you can put in here, day one, immediately send. I mean, I'm just putting it directly, but I want to show you this real quick and send them to here. Oops. And we'll send them with this thing here and hit save. Now, you can keep doing this and you can literally set it up to automate your business. So the key here is, day one, send this. Obviously, you're not going to actually write that, but I'm just writing it for fun. And you can put 1 day in and hit save. So what it's going to do is, and this is where it gets really cool. So when we do it this way, when you automatically send it, it tries. So immediately after they say yes, you can have them send something. And then when it says 1 day, it's going to wait 24 hours. And in 24 hours, it's going to continue trying to send that message to that subscriber in hopes that it will get to them. So 24 hours, every hour, it's going to try to send it to him. Once it hits to him, it will stop sending it to him. Don't worry, it won't send 24 of them. It'll send one. But we have a system in place where it'll send it over and over. And you can set this up for up to 90 days, guys. 90 days of autoresponders that you can set up, 90 days and 90 days, right? So this is where it gets real powerful. Imagine being able to automate your people that come visit your site for the next 90 days and setting them up so that until 90 days, you can literally send them information over and over again, whatever you want to direct them to, different offers, different things. Of course, on top of that, you can still send them manual push letters as well. And then the second part of the automation part is the subscribers. So inside subscribers, it shows you all sorts of different things, right? It shows you the number of subscribers that you have. Oops, I refresh. A number of subscribers that you have showing, right? So here you've got the browsers, then you've got the devices, then the campaigns, right? And then even the countries and even a click date if they clicked on one. Once you hit search, what's really cool is it's going to start populating your subscribers that are actually people who are on your list here. And then you can actually sit here and start segmenting them. So here's what's powerful. Let's say you have a Chrome plugin going on for desktop. I would go to Chrome, then I would go to desktop, and I would hit segment, right? So I don't have anyone right now, but if I had someone, I would save this as my Chrome desktop people, right? And I hit save. All right, and then I would say, all right, then let's take my Firefox and mobile people and hit search. And there's obviously here the Firefox, mobile, and hit save. Now, here's what's cool. Once you set the segmentation up, you can go to push letters again. This is where you can go ahead and send one. And when you're picking your settings here, instead of just picking your campaign now, you can actually pick your list that you set up, your segmentation. So I said, hey, Chrome desktop, and I don't want anyone who's on, oops, that should pull up. Oh, did I not save it correctly? Oh, whoops. Let me go back real quick. Oh, yeah, that was a fail. Let's try that again. So Firefox, Safari, and mobile. And let's go save it as an exclusion list. So let's say Firefox, Safari. Let's save that there. Okay, now they're on the exclusion list. So now when I'm sending that campaign, oops, or push letter, I'm sorry, I can actually say, all right, send it to the people who have Chrome desktop and exclude the people who are on Firefox and Safari. So it's now going to segment your people, or you can do it based on the people who clicked. You know, you guys talked about, people talk about emails and sending to your unopens. This is the same idea where you can go and say, okay, last click day. And if they didn't click in the last day, let's go ahead and put them on a segment and send to them. And because there's no rules with delivery, there's no rules with interaction engagement, it doesn't hurt you to send it to these people in an effort to try again with them. So nice. That's where the powerfulness of it is. And that's what we call our auto segmentation tool. And that's part of the pro package. And again, not necessary. You don't have to have it. If you just want to post it on your page and use it, you can do it. But anybody who knows marketing knows the power of automation and how powerful automation is these days. So you want to make sure that you're thinking about that. And then the second OTO, that OTO is $99. It's a one-time payment of $99. And then the second OTO is a package called the Enterprise Package. Pretty standard if you have clients, or you have clients that you already service, or you want to sell to those clients, or you want to use it on multiple web pages, whatever you want to do, we offer a licensing for it so that you can use it for it. We've got some updates coming in the next couple months that really will make enterprise license really cool. And during this launch special, again, you guys really get the cheaper, greater version of it, and you guys get to all the upgrades. So when the upgrade starts hitting, where we start releasing this, what we're planning on, for example, an enterprise license, you'll be able to white label the badging on it. You'll have client login as well. That's coming. Those are both two products that are coming into it. But by investing and saying, hey, I want the enterprise license today at the launch, it allows you to lock yourself in for future upgrades. Anybody who's already had it, every time we put upgrades, we never charge extra for it. That's been my thing. I never charge extra for the next level, the next generation, the 2017 version, whatever it may be. We upgrade you for free if you took that leap of faith early on with us. So that's everything, man. I hope that should be it. I mean, we don't have 17 upsells. We don't have 17 downsells. Our prices are very simple. $49 for the front end, $99 for the OTO one, which is the segmentation and automation tool, and $97 for the enterprise license, and that's it. Those are the three prices. There's no downsells, there's no upsells, there's no cross sells, there's no back ends. You know what I mean? There's none of that stuff too.
Nice.
And then, of course, support-wise, I know I pride myself in having one of the best supports in the industry. We have a San Diego-based team. They're literally outside of my office right here. They're here. They're working. They work 9 to 5. So, no, we're not probably the fastest in the world. We do about an hour and a half response time, 24 hours a day. We try to be, but what we do have the best is we will give you a personalized. We'll look at your thing. We have a developer who's, our development team who's in-house actually look at your problem if you have a problem and try to help support every problem that you have if there is a problem. But I know from the 2,000 plus users that we have in the system, we get maybe a ticket every 3-4 days of people who actually have problems. So it's always a good feeling knowing that nobody actually has real issues with the platform. So
beautiful. And of course, the exciting thing about this is that it is while this is the 2017 version, this is a proven platform that's been around a while. So any of the issues that people might have, I'm sure everybody's run into them at some point and they've already been cleared, and you guys know exactly what's happening and how to fix anything that comes along at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem that we've actually seen, and the only problems that we've really seen, is just plugin conflicts. Yeah. So if you have a WordPress site and you have a plugin, it may conflict with ours because it may block it, or we may block theirs or something like that. But that's really all the only things that I've ever seen go wrong before on us.
Nice. Well, there you go, folks. That is Push, Connect, Notify. As I said at the top of the show here, the most direct name of any product I've seen in a while. So
I don't like beating around the bush, Ray. I like to tell them how it is. This is what you're going to get, and this is how it is. And I've always been told I don't market hard enough because you know what, my products stand for themselves. And I know you've said this before. When I release something, it's like always, time tested. We make sure that we don't release anything buggy. And the biggest thing is it's supported. I will tell you that is that every one of my products is long-term supported. 4 years ago, beautiful. Still supported, still updating, still perfecting.
Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, folks. Well, there you go. That is Push, Connect, and Notify. If you've been looking for a way to connect to your audience in a way other than just email, and, I'm not going to sit here and make the little proclamation about how email is dead, because that's what everybody tries to tell you, and it's not true. This is something that can work in conjunction with email, because those are two very powerful platforms, social and email, and that's why you can even have people opt in with their email inside of Push, Connect, Notify. So if you're looking for new ways to be able to connect with audiences, to share information, to get people updates on things that are happening, maybe you've got software updates, or you're doing a webinar, or you've got a sale going, you got coupons, things like that, an easy way to be able to do that. And for those of you watching who have local business clients, this is the perfect opportunity to get in on the enterprise level and start using those services for those clients. So highly recommended. Again, this is a push notifications are something that I use. I use it very effectively. It's been very helpful for me, and I really do love it. And a lot of people have been asking about them lately, so we know that this is a hot topic right now. So if you want to check it out, again, that's next Tuesday on the 11th. That's going to be coming out, and again, only $47. We're going to have some great bonuses, so just check down below this video to be able to check out all of those bonuses that we have for this. And with that, I hope you guys have a great day. Jimmy, thank you for joining us again.
My pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be here. And hopefully, even if they don't grab it, they learn something here today. That's my number one goal always in life.
Absolutely. Well, there certainly is a lot to learn about this. It's still very, we're in the infantile stage of all this push notification stuff. So imagine in a couple of years where this is going to grow to. I'm really excited about it. It's one of my two growth areas that I'm really excited about is push notifications and the Facebook Messenger. Those are the two things that I'm really looking forward to see what they do with over the next couple of years. So with that, everybody, again, any questions, please feel free to let me know. If I don't know the answer, I can certainly get it from Jimmy. So just ask below this or contact me on Facebook, and we'll be glad to answer those for you. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a great one, everybody.